Alrighty, how's it going, everybody? 0 1 of 1 here. Yes, I am still alive. Yes, I'm still kind of on break from video, making stuff. I don't know. Anyways, I've been playing this game a little bit. So this is World of Warcraft Project Ascension. So this is a modded version of World of Warcraft that is free to play. You just got to find the Ascension downloader, install it, works good. So, this isn't going to be kind of like an intro to Project Ascension. This is going to be kind of like a more advanced one where I'm going to show a particular build. And again, this build is active as of November 2nd. So we're going to hop on old Grayson here. And I don't know, I just thought it was kind of funny to make a character like that. So, he's got a little transmog thing on here. So, the idea here is that he's like, I don't know, a veteran warrior from Lordaeron, and he escaped before everything, went all undead and stuff. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. Anyways, the build for this guy is an Arcane Paladin. So what does that mean? Well, it kind of starts with this. So the Seal of Arcane Wrath. So it fills the Paladin with Arcane Spirit. Paladin melee abilities and main hand auto attacks deal additional arcane damage. And then unleashing the seal's energy will deal 1,224 arcane damage to an enemy. Now, this is at level 70. This is pretty standard. If this was a normal seal, you'd have the same. It would just be doing holy damage. So nothing too crazy here. But there is a couple of things here. So now we have the Blade of the Magisters, which is interesting. So Paladin abilities increase the damage of your arcane mage spells by 15% for 20 seconds, and it stacks up to 8. Which means that this could potentially increase the damage by 120%. So, very, very cool. And then, let's see, there's also Fist of the Magisters here, and it requires that this be a strength build, so just keep that in mind. Primary stat, strength, has to be. Increases the damage of your next judgment by 40%, stacks up to 9, and lasts for 20 seconds. So basically, what happens here is that once you power up your arcane spells, you use your arcane spell, and then that powers up your judgment. And if you combine the judgment with, the, what is it, this something somewhere. I don't know. There's a talent in here that allows your judgment to hit multiple people. And this is not the Seal of Command, right? So this is not a Seal of Command build because this is being used up by the Seal of Arcane Wrath. So just keep that in mind. So we have that, and is it this one? No. Okay, so something to keep in mind about the judgment here. So increased judgment of righteousness, casting a judgment while affected by Seal of Righteousness, grants greater judgment of righteousness. Now, if we click on this and we hold that, this is basically just a modification of Seal of Righteousness. So they just changed the name and changed the damage from Holy to Arcane, right? And also this doesn't heal, whereas the Seal of Righteousness does, so little different, but that allows this to work, which then increase the damage or healing of your next 2 Holy Priest spells or Paladin spells and abilities by 20%. So you get a boost just by using your judgment, and after you boost the judgment by using the arcane, then your judgment then boosts your other stuff, and basically it does a lot of damage. Now, granted, I don't know how the damage scales to other builds that I have not played yet. I just know that of the builds that I have tried so far, this one does the most damage. And I do have a one with a light build, and maybe I built that one wrong, but it doesn't do anywhere near as much damage as this one does. So just kind of keep that in mind. Okay, so we're also using Eldritch Weapon. This requires you to be in some sort of a tank stance, and imbues your main hand weapon with Eldritch power, increasing all threat generated and causing your melee abilities to trigger a wave of high threat arcane damage that restores 2% of your missing mana. So basically, you attack things, it does arcane damage, and you get some mana back, which is great. And we're also adding in Crimson Champion here for that extra block chance. This thing, you just turn it on and you leave it, and it's just always there. So whenever you block, it does an additional 161 holy damage, which is kind of nice. We also have Blessing of Sanctuary over here, which, every time you block, you get more mana. I can't talk. It's been a while since I did this. And then, so what we're using for our mage arcane damage is this guy right here. So this is based off of Arcane Explosion. And what happens is this channels a rapid arcane explosions in the area, dealing 213 arcane damage every 0.5 seconds. Damage increases by 100% each tick. And then casting damaging spells increases the channel duration by 0.5 seconds up to 1.5 seconds. So at the most you'll get 2 blasts, and then, or sorry, at the least you'll get 2 blasts. At the most you'll get 4. And then again, keep in mind that this guy right here, right, increases your judgment based on that. So this is not a perfect build yet, because I can't fully power up my judgment yet. But like I said, it's still just kind of like a work in progress. I'm just working on it here. We'll see how it goes. We're using some standard, Pally stuff here. So we got Judgment of Light for the healing. I probably should change this to Judgment of Mana. I don't think I have it though. Yeah, I was not able to roll it. Crusader Strike because standard damage, whatever. Exorcist Slash does a lot of damage. Divine Storm doesn't do as much damage, but it does heal a little bit. Shield of Righteousness also heals a little bit, and then this is my Starburst. So this is basically what I do is I'll just hit this one, 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 and go back and hit this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Yeah, basically you just kind of go down the line. All right, what other important things do we have here? So I am using Hoplite Training, so this is allows me to use a pole arm and a shield. I would advise this for any kind of a tank stance or any kind of a Mana Storm stance. This is just, it's great because it gives you the two-handed, damage and stats, but also allows you to equip a shield, which is nice. Let's see, and then the rest of this stuff is just your standard Paladin stuff. So this Heart of the Crusader, judgment spells increase critical strength, so all blah 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 blah. And then this Heart of the Crusader is what allows the judgment to deal additional holy damage. And then again, this title or paired with the Judgment of Light after it's boosted by this does a lot of damage. And then Spellblade, I like this, especially for mana heavy builds, because if it's a melee based heavy mana build, this is great. So every time that you attack, you have a chance to get some mana back, which is great. Consecrated Weapon, there's a couple of these that are out here. This one consecrates the ground, so basically casts consecration for you, which is nice. There's another one that does a holy burst or whatever. There's another one that does a smite. All of those would be useful for this. I think, yeah, this is the one that does the holy nova. At least I thought. No, this is the consecration. I don't know. Oh, whatever. I got a double consecration in here somewhere. There's just a lot of stuff in here. I've locked out pretty much all the stuff that I think is kind of useful. So like this, reduces the cooldown of your judgment. There's another one in here that increases the range of your judgments. Also super useful. What else? I've got this one in here, which is, just extra damage. I'll probably re-roll it if I find something better. This is just, reducing damage. And there's a lot of stuff in here. Blazing Speed, I do like this one because if you're not paying attention to your health and all of a sudden you get like a speed boost and you start like zooming around and stuff, that gives you like an indication that, hey, you should probably look at your health. So, yeah. But yeah, so here's everything. Like you can match up the stuff, so I'll just go over each one. So Blade of the Magister is Greater Judgment of Righteousness, Heart of the Crusader, Seals of the Pure, Approved Devotion Aura, Purification by Light, Redoubt, Benevolent Nova. Oh, this one is useful too. So this, anytime, like if I do damage with my Exorcism, which is actually my Exorcist Slash, which is just a modification of Exorcism, then it also releases a Holy Nova, so that one is useful. Divine Blade Specialization, Hoplite Training, Crimson Defense, Divine Blade Master again. So there's a few of these. This one just boosts Divine Storm a little bit. Then we have Consecrated Weapon, Spellblade, Power of Light, Conviction, Armored to the Teeth, just for extra armor. Light's Vengeance, which is kind of cool. It's just like if you parry, you deal damage, so kind of useful. Hunter versus Wild. I like this one because of the attack power and attack power boost based on your stamina. And if you're a tank build and you're building up your stamina, then this automatically gives you more attack power because of it, so it's useful. Judgments of the Pure, Enlightened Judgments, The Art of War, Righteous Vengeance, Sanctified Wrath, Vengeance, Iron Will, Twin Disciplines, Searing Light, Holy Specialization, which is at 1 of the 5, so that needs to get upgraded. Pole Axe specialization, just because it gives me that extra crit. Sanctity of a Battle. Judgments of the Wise, which is useful, again, for heavy mana builds. Crusade. Mind Mastery, also this one is really, really great, so make sure you get that one. Mental Quickness, also really, really great, but you have to be in Strength or Agility, so just, again, get this one. Resolve, Vindication, Improved Judgments, Anticipation, Shield Specialization. So you see there's a lot of stuff that blocks in here, right? And the point of the blocking is because I have this Blessing of Sanctuary. Every time you block, you get mana. So again, this is just to keep your mana up. And then Improved Righteous Fury. And the rest of these are just kind of out there so far. I don't know if I'm going to keep them or not. So like this one, like I'm not really doing much with Spirit. And it doesn't really do anything until I get the third one. So I don't know. But that's just more spell damage. And then for moves, again, it is Judgment of Light, Crusader Strike, Exorcist Slash, Divine Storm, Shield of Righteousness, Starburst. Then I also have Hammer Storm. This is just like small but AoE damage that's just constant, which is kind of nice. And then Emanating Light. And then for the buffs over here, I've got a lot. So Eldritch Weapon, you need this one. Definitely get it. Crimson Champion, again, turn it on, leave it on. Then these ones I can kind of flip around a little bit. So I've got Molten Armor if I'm not dealing with a lot of things that do a lot of damage, and I want to do just a little bit more AoE damage. That's useful. Ice Armor, this is one that I'll probably keep on. This one helps me with healing myself, so that's Fell Armor. Blessing of Sanctuary, Mark of the Wild, Powered Fortitude, Seal of Arcane Wrath. And then these extra ones, I don't really use them too much, but they're in there in case you need it. I also have Into Darkness, which I've never used, but I do have it, so it just kind of allows you to vanish. And yeah, it's like vanish plus a shield. I don't know. All right, so we're going to give this a try. So we're going to go in here, and we're going to throw on Crimson Champion. We're going to throw on that. 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 Throw on that. Throw on that. Now you can see my mana is way, 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 way down. Again, strength builds are not, they don't have a lot of mana, so just keep that in mind. All right, now we're going to go into the Mana Storm because that's what this is built for. Now, they've changed Mana Storms, they kind of redid everything, so I don't know like how things scale anymore, but I know that if you're in this kind of area, you get chests from Karazhan, so that's like raid level. I don't know if that's good or not. We'll go to 101, and hopefully I don't get a bad one. We shall see. And then once you're in here, go into your Mana Storm items, and we have the Harm Repellent Remedy, Incantation Intensifier, Long Haul Liquid, Rage Rush Solution. And this is just increases your attack power, increases your maximum health, increases your spell damage, and increases your resistance. So you want these. All right. So now that we've got kind of everything in here, I think this is an okay one. All right. So yeah, and I also have Devotion Aura over here. I could switch it over to Retribution Aura if I want to do that extra damage, but these guys, oh, and it's the Frost one. I hate this. Like this, if you're not, this right here, like makes it so if you're a cast build, you can't really do this because you have to move, and if you have any like long cast stuff, you're gonna get stuck in the Frost. The Frost does a lot of damage. Anyways, so we're gonna hop over here. So yeah, instant hit, right? And then we'll go over into that. Gotta move off of the Frost, and then we'll do this. Yeah, so. And can I be unfeared, please? Unfeared me? Thank you. Alright. So yeah, you can see that was 11,000 hit. That's actually medium level, I guess. I can hit a lot harder if I can get this set up correct. And I keep using Judgment. I gotta stop using Judgment. So the idea here is that, and yeah, this Frost is annoying. So you want to watch your builds here. So this increases your Arcane Mage spells. So you want to make sure that that's pretty high. And then we'll do this. So you can see that that got up to like, yeah, so 34,997. That's a heavy hit right there. So you want to be watching your Blade of the Magisters, and you want to hit your arcane spells when that gets high. All right, so most of the time I hit it around 4 or 5. I got lucky this time. But yeah, so we'll go in here. But yeah, so it hits very, very hard if you can set it up properly. Now, Starburst was just the one that I could find. The Arcane... Man, I don't... And the thing about this, like, especially like with these particular builds, is they've got things in here where as soon as you start to cast something that isn't an instant cast, like they interrupt it like immediately. So again, like if you're any kind of a caster build and you need like time to cast stuff, like Mana Storms is not friendly to you at all. It needs to be all, I don't know, like instant cast stuff, which is why, you know, probably why the Paladin builds work decently. Alright, so now we'll get that in here. Okay, so that was 3. We hit that, and I think he died before I got that off. It's fine. Alright, let's take on this guy. So, Judgment just by itself, if I can get a crit, does like 12,000 damage, which I think is pretty good. Alright, so now we're going to do this, because I got people here. And you can see that kind of boosted a little bit. And watch the damage, that 1399, that's from me standing on this frost. So this is not friendly to anything where you have to stand in one place in order to do damage. So just keep that in mind. Just move constantly, which is really, really, really annoying, but you know, it is what it is. Alright. And he's immune? Why is he immune? Dude. Yeah, there's just... I don't know. I don't know if I like... There you go. 17,000. That's an okay hit. That's pretty average, I guess. But again, like if you can get that little buff up here, up, you know, as high as you can, like you'll do 30, 40,000 damage. But again, this isn't properly built out, so I need something that does a little bit more damage than just this. Like this gives me a max of 4 arcane hits. I need more than that. Well, yeah, that 1,400 damage just for standing in the frost. I mean, come on, dude. It's ridiculous. All right. Let's see. We'll go this way. Okay. This should be a relatively easy fight. If you can just remember not to stand on the frost. Okay, so that did not crit, but it hit for 8,000, so not too bad. There's the frost again. So the reason why I like and that one just hit for 17,000, right? So that's average for this particular build. Again, like you want to max out that arcane damage before you do your, you know, judgment. Why am I taking so much damage? Debuffs. Don't stand on the frost. Oh, you guys are still here? Oh, what are you guys doing? Wait, that only got one? Dude. Be nice if I could like move this, or maybe I can. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it just has to move down a little bit. All right. Anyways, got a couple of stealthy guys over here. Hey, you're not attacking me? There's another couple of stealthy guys in here, so we'll get them real quick. Alright, and then we'll take on this guy. And then this part sucks, because if they... Now, there's a thing that can get you unstuck from stuff, and it's this guy right here. But I need to get off the frost, so I probably should have put that on my bar. So whenever you're, especially when you've got like this kind of stuff that just sits on the ground, it's really, really, really annoying when you get like stunned. Especially if it's like repeated stuns, that gets really, really, really annoying. Okay, did this guy bug out or something? Yeah, so again, like this is a private server for World of Warcraft. Okay, what is going on with this guy? So you will find bugs, you will find things that don't work perfectly every time, but you know, it's pretty fun. I enjoy it. And I'm frozen again because why? Anyways. Grand Warlock Nether Curse. This guy can be annoying. How much damage are these guys gonna do? How much damage can I do to them? Okay, looks like they're not doing too much damage, so that's good. So we'll just get everyone. Just one big happy family. Oh, and it's frost too. Oh, see, this is where, yeah, that little potion thing comes in handy because these slime guys, they slow you down, right? And then if you're slowed down to like a crawl like this, and then you get frost under you, yeah, you're gonna die very, very quickly. And that thing's on cooldown, so you just gotta make sure that you can keep yourself alive long enough. Oh my god, this is not great, but we're doing okay. Alright, fine. We've got a lot of healing going on, so I think that's kind of keeping everything okay. And some of these guys are healing? Oh yeah, because of the affixes that they got. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I think that's healing me too, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, they're healing me, so yeah, saved by the flowers, I guess. We'll throw that on, we'll throw that on just because. So yeah, these flowers, they're saving me right now. Why aren't these guys dying? There we go. Then we'll get rid of that. Alright. So that was not fun, but we survived, so that's okay. Alright. This guy has a move that puts something on the ground. You definitely do not want to stand in it because it will kill you. So I'll show you once we get to the fight. We got to get rid of these guys first. There you go. 17,000, not bad, right? Alright, so we're just gonna keep on doing... Yeah, see those little red things right there? Don't stand in that. They do damage very, very quickly. And now I'm feared. That's cool. And yeah. Yeah, this guy's just kind of annoying, especially when you have to constantly move around because of the frost on the ground. It's, yeah. And again, like anything that requires you to stand and cast to do your damage. Yeah, this mana storms are not your friend. Maybe at the low levels you'll be fine, but if you have to do like any kind of casting at the higher levels, you either have to have like insane mitigation or like insane self-healing, because otherwise you're just gonna die. It's just how it is. Alright, Rockmar the Crackler, and we don't have to kill anyone, which is nice, so we'll just go straight into this. And then he's protecting his... Oh, we got the frost again? Dude, it's annoying. I didn't see... Okay, that one didn't crit, but it did hit for 9,000, so that's not bad, I guess. Alright, so now that the frost is down, we can do this guy again. Okay, that one did not crit, but it hit for 8,000. that was a relatively easy fight. Murmur. This guy is annoying. And then also, he has a stacking buff that will destroy you if you're not, paying attention. I definitely did that Arcane Burst at the wrong time. Alright, so with these guys, you gotta take out anything that heals. You gotta take out these summoners, because they just constantly bring in these guys, and it's just annoying. Yeah, and this is one of those ones where like you get interrupted right away that you try to cast anything. So just keep that in mind. I think they put a lot more smarts into, the enemies here. To where like they will cast whatever interrupt they've got like immediately after you start casting anything. So again, cast time spells are not your friend here. Not in Mana Storms. And then this is, Mana Storm Meteor. Okay, so this one's not as bad as the other ones. Okay, so that one hit for 10,000. Not on a crit. I need like a higher crit chance or something. And then you don't have to worry about taking fall damage, which is nice. But yeah, so wait, does this guy not have the stacking buff? Oh, he doesn't have the stacking buff. Maybe they changed that. But yeah, that stacking debuff made it so that way, like, if you're any kind of, like, a slow damage but, like, high defense type of build, you cannot survive this guy because he gets insanely strong. And, like, quickly. And then there's one other boss, I should say. It's the Naga one with, like, the big polearm or whatever. I don't remember what his name is, but that guy also has a stacking buff. And like if you are not like super high defense and like super high self heals, you need to like just knock that guy down quickly, because otherwise it will just be kind of impossible. Who do we gotta go after? Oh, Gazrilla. Okay. A Lordaeron Sentry. What are you doing here? Kind of in the wrong place, dude. What do you got? Just some silver? Alright, that's fine. Alright. What is my crit chance anyways? 38%? Hello, everyone. Don't mind me. And I'm stunned for some reason. I think a really low crit chance for some reason. Like it's at 38%, but like not a lot of stuff is critting. That was Exorcist Slash, by the way. It hit for 13,000. Alright. Yeah, see, that's why I like Arcane Burst, because it's AoE damage, and like each time that it hits, it does like even more damage, which is nice. So that's one of the reasons why I picked it for Mana Storms, especially. We have a mythical boon down there. Let's see what that is. Can I help you, sir? Alright, so the mythical boon we got was increasing critical strike chance by 20% for 30 seconds. That's pretty nice. Alright, so we'll go in the water, because this guy likes to knock people up. Alright. And then we will increase our crit chance. And I'm frozen solid. Yeah, so this is why you need to be in the water, because if you're on land and he hits you up like that, you're going to take fall damage. So just, kind of keep that in mind. Okay. That only hit for 11,000. There we go. Alright. Selin Fireheart. Oh, this guy. Okay. So, this fight isn't too difficult. Do I have the ads here? I do not. Okay. But he will gain extra damage, healing, whatever, from each of these things. You can see right now they've got a shield around them, but halfway or partially through the fight, he'll drain one of them, which will release the shield. So you got to kill that thing real quick, otherwise he gets really, really strong really, really quickly. So you just got to figure out which one he's targeting and then make sure that you hit it. So that one crit for 16,000, which is actually pretty low. And he's draining power from me. Alright, should be another frost coming out, yep. Okay, that was... Dang. Didn't crit. Okay, so now he's shielded and this thing is not, right? So this is when you gotta kill these things quickly. Usually I can like one hit them like on a nice crit, but not this time. Yeah, relatively easy fight. Just as long as you know what you're doing. Shirak the Dead Watcher. Okay, so this is, I think this is one of those ones where if you have a casting time or like a cast time build, this fight gets difficult because one of his debuffs here is he's gonna slow you down. Like slow down your casting speed. Now, if you have something like a channeling thing, which is kind of what this is, the Starburst, right? Then you could potentially get more hits out of it. So, let me see. Yeah. 9,000 on a non-crit. And then we just gotta make sure that we get away from all of that stuff. So he put some kind of fire thing on the ground, then it explodes 3 times for relatively high damage, so, you know, something to keep in mind. Alright, and we'll do one of these things again. Okay, non-crit for... Wow, I'm taking a lot of damage. Alright, so get away from the fire things, right? They're like little mines or whatever, little fire mines. And then, yeah, so not too bad, but you can see, like, what I'm getting here is, you know, Karazhan stuff. And then this will be Heroic Karazhan, I guess. And then I guess we have a chance to get Mythic stuff as well. So if I can get past 136, it'll be great. But I'm getting kind of stuck at 124. So, eh. But yeah, so we're just kind of... yeah. Well, that's annoying. And let's get some of this little arcane damage going. Where's my judgment? Okay, so that hit for 12,000, and you can see the AOE hits on the judgment were like for 1,500. So I don't think that scales with the damage increase to judgment, but you know it is still extra damage that you're doing AOE, which is nice. Now, I have seen Starburst get up to 10,000 damage on a burst. And it's like if you can get the full 4 bursts out of it. And so, like, if you're doing... And then, like, the one before that is, like, 6,000. So, like, if you can get that to work, like, consistently, then this is a very, 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 very strong build. And we'll throw that. Nope. So that one hit for 17,000 on a crit. Again, that's fairly average. And I'm taking a lot of damage for some reason. Grab some of these hearts. Alright. You gone. Alright, let's see. What do we got here? So your main damage dealers here is going to be your Judgment for 1, whatever your Arcane spell is going to be, and then also Exorcist Slash. They do kind of the most damage out of everything here. Everything else is just kind of like filler, I guess. So even like Divine Storm, like it's useful for like a little bit of a heal, but to be honest, like Shield of the Righteous gives you just as much healing. So, I don't know. Why are you here? Go away. Alright, what have we got? I'm feared, and I got feared into the meteor. Meteor. I'm feared again. That's great. So I'm not saying that I'm like any kind of like good at mana storms at all. I just like kind of messing around with builds that aren't popular and seeing if I can find something that works. It's kind of like what I do, I guess. All right, now this guy. This guy's annoying. He has a cast, Arcane Explosion, that will kill you in one hit if you actually get hit by it. So yeah, polymorph? I think not, sir. Yeah, so that arcane energy that he's doing right there, that Arcane Explosion will kill you. So do not get hit by it. Go around these pillars. $17,000 crit on the Judgment, 13,000 crit on the Exorcist Slash. Oh crap. Run, 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 run. Get out of the way. Yeah, they've made like, and this is why I don't want to be polymorphed right now, because then you get hit by that. But yeah, they've made like a couple of moves in the Mana Storms that, you know, the bosses do that are just like instant kills if you get hit by them, which I think is stupid, but whatever. Get good, scrub, right? We'll do this guy. Ooh, 16,000 crit, followed by 13,000 crit. All right. Pathalion the Calculator. Okay. I think we gotta find this guy, right? Yeah. Oh, hey. What's going on, dude? Don't mind me. So you can see that last one hit for 7,000 or 7,800. And again, that's AoE damage too. So with this build, you can build that up very, very strong. And then I need to set up some little graphics on here so I can see like when the right time to cast things is. So that's another thing that I have to build. And you do that with just this weak auras, right? So this isn't going to be a tutorial on how to do that. Just know that it's available to you if you would like it. What I'd really like to have is Avenger's Shield. I think that would be like a good... it's good for tanks. And the reason for it is because let's say that you've got like a bunch of spellcasters, right? Well, Avenger's Shield, there is a talent where it will silence anyone that it hits, right? And as you know, any kind of caster, if they're silenced, they will start running towards you and hit you with melee because that's the only thing they can do, right? So, if you start that with, you know, the shield, Avenger Shield, then, and you're hitting casters, they'll all run towards you instead of staying where they are and starting casting, which is super useful, especially if you're trying to do AoE damage. And I just got shrunk-ided. Shrunk-ided. I don't know. I'm just making up words right now. Do not shrink me again, sir. Oh, and you can't interrupt that? Great. Look at me. I'm tiny. Oh, we got two of these guys. That'll be fun. What's up, dudes? And I just got stunned, which then gets me caught in all the crap falling from the sky. Alright, we are still alive somehow. Yeah, we're going to kill the physician first because that is the healer for the group. we doing? Oh, that only hit for... Oh, because I'm shrunk. Yeah, it reduces your damage. So, I don't know. Alright, so this guy has some annoying qualities to him. You'll see as we fight. So just make sure you're facing towards a road, or towards a wall. Not a road. Why am I saying road? Alright. So his Arcane Explosion doesn't hit for very hard, but he does have like a knockback. And it'll knock you like across the screen. And then these guys right here. These guys are like the constant damage, and you gotta kind of like worry about them. But if we can keep focused on him. Apparently they took the knockback away. There used to be a knockback. And then something is draining my mana, so that's cool. Yeah, it looks like they took away his knockback. Because that was an annoying part of this fight. What is that? Fetish of the Fallen, interesting. Gazan. It's not behind me right now, okay. And then they reduce the damage of this thing right here. So like I can stand right here and you can see it's not actually doing that much damage. Right? Like I'm just standing here. So I don't know if that's a bug or if that's just something that they changed to make it easier. I don't know. But I'm not really too worried about those anymore. Before, like, you had to run away from those because they would kill you. But now it's just like I can just like stand here and it's like, okay. I'm not worried about it. My self-healing will, you know, protect me from all of that stuff, so. Alright. Like, maybe if you're in the middle of it, maybe then it does damage, but... I mean, they made it so when it follows you, it doesn't actually go to the middle. There we go. Let's get this going. Give me my judgment. There we go. Get out of the crap on the ground. Best as you can anyways. So these things, they do damage twice when they fall on the ground. So it's when they go down and then also when they go back up, they'll do damage again. So just keep that in mind. So I just tried casting Starburst and they interrupted me right away. So, like, again, like if you have any kind of like a cast time build, this is not going to be your friend. Yeah, and I think you have to be like in the middle of that to do the damage. Like on the end, it doesn't really do that much damage. And then the 948 is from all of these things. So that's why you got to watch out for those, because you get hit by too many of them, instant death. Yeah, so they just interrupted me again immediately after trying to cast something. And the problem with this build is, like, the buffs that you have to your arcane damage only work the first time you cast it, right? So if they interrupt you right away, all of those buffs are now gone. So it's kind of annoying. So especially like when you know that that's the case, it kind of prevents you from playing this build the way that it needs to be played. But I don't know. It's fine, I guess. Still kind of annoying, but you know, it's fine. kinds of buffs for my Arcane. Yeah, so there you go. So Fist of the Magisters increase the damage of your next judgment by 200%. But again, that doesn't last very long, so you gotta use it or you lose it. And then this one, you just have to watch out for the acid on the ground. That's pretty much it. So 18,000 on a crit, followed up by 12,000 crit. Now, again, like, I don't know if this is big damage. This could be, like, super small damage, and I'm just, like, thinking that it's good for no reason. I don't know. But it's the strongest build that I've made so far. Oh, and you're a range guy. That's annoying. Alright. Ooh, I got a 4 out of that. That was nice. And then all this extra AoE damage that you guys are seeing, I mean, that's just standard Paladin. So, I mean, it's nice, but... Okay. And it did not crit, but it did hit for 9,991. Yeah, I just got interrupted right away, so that just wasted all of those buffs. And stunned. Alright, let's try this again. Got 3. And that hit for over 10,000 on a non-crit. It's not bad, I guess. Alright. Gazrilla. Again. Alright, let's clear up some of this stuff. I don't care. Let's see, how long have we been going? 48 minutes. Alright, we'll go... Yeah, we'll get this guy. It'll be fine. I'm gonna grab a bunch of these, just because I don't like wasting time. Hopefully this doesn't kill me. We shall. Oh, and I got the frost again. Crap. No, I'm petrified. Great. Can you go away, please? Thank you. All right, let's grab everyone here. That was terrible. All right. I don't like dragging in all these ads because you gotta kill them, because otherwise I start messing things up, I guess. You ready, dude? Let's go. Back into the water. Now, here's a problem. I don't think I'm going to be able to see the frost affix while I'm in the water. Yeah, so I'm in it right now and I have no idea that it's even here. And I'm just taking all kinds of damage and I'm frozen and I can't get out of it. Yeah. So again, like, no, do not freeze me solid, please. Yeah, we need to get our health back up. Apparently I'm on the frost again. And we just picked up an ad. That's cool. And I'm frozen again. And I can't get out of it. Wait. And I'm on top of the frost. Yeah, this is just not a good combination of stuff right now. And then also he slows me down with the icicle, so do not freeze me solid, sir. Ooh, that's not good. That's gonna hurt. Oh, it didn't hurt. Okay, good. Alright. So, we'll call that good. We'll hop out of here. Let's see. We'll leave. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. 20,000 Bonzo bolts is what we earned. How many do I have? 712,000? I can get another one of these. Or I could, like, get more of these, get them upgraded one more time. Sure. Okay, and then there's a thing with this where his stuff doesn't update until you exit and go back out. So you see it was at 90,000 before, now it's at 180,000. Get this too. And then we'll grab all of these. Now, these will go into your vanity collection. So any other characters that you create, you can pull all of that stuff out that you're buying on your vanity stuff, and then every other character that you've got will get the same stuff, which is kind of nice. Ooh, hold on. I don't have that appearance yet. There we go. And click and learn and good. Alright. So let's see what we've got in our 4 little chests here. See if any of it's any good. So, in the comparison here, it doesn't take into account the gems that are in here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it does not. So I would actually be losing strength, and I wouldn't gain as much stamina. I would gain spell power, but I would lose crit. I think crit is probably more important than spell power right now. So, nope. Mantle of the Paranoid. Again, it's got sockets. Doesn't mean much to me, though. Nope. And this one I don't have, so we'll get that. No. Eye of the Stalker. Yeah, we'll replace that with the Skullcracker ring. Should work. Even though, like, this one is a higher item level, I think the Eye of the Stalker is better. Warbringer Great Helm. I mean, maybe, but then I'd have to buy the gems again, which is kind of annoying. Defense rating update. Oh, mana per 5 on the Helm of the Righteous, though. And the spell power. Yeah, I think I'll keep Helm of the Righteous. And then this. Nah. And Justicar Crown. This might be interesting. I mean, either way, I don't have this appearance, so I'll just grab it real quick. Same item level. They're both plate. Justicar Crown has more armor. Justicar Crown has more intellect but less stamina. And then it's crit. Okay, so this is a DPS helm, whereas the Helm of the Righteous is more of a tanking helm. I mean, I think I need the tanking stuff more than anything else. Triple the effect of your conviction capstone bonus. That's interesting. Maybe I'll just hold on to this. I'll think about it. But everything else can just get sold. Alright. Now we'll do some rerolls and we'll probably close out the video. So I don't know what I'm looking for here, but I've got a bunch of rerolls that I could potentially use. These are all extra things that I'm not really using, so... Eldritch Wrath, it is a Paladin move, technically. And it's arcane damage, which is nice, but it's just like a one-time thing, whereas, you know, the Starburst is like up to 4. So again, I'm trying to stack those hits, those arcane hits, so not the most useful thing in the world. The Arcanist Explosion, I don't think this is going to do anything for me, so we'll get that out of here. Tears Deliverance? What is this? Releases the light within yourself, healing 3 injured allies within 40 yards every 1 second for 10 seconds. Interesting. Judgment of Mercy. Is that a new judgment? What? Oh, Judgment of Mercy must be like a judgment for healing. It's kind of cool. I don't know, we'll hold on to it. Let's see. Mana Spring Totem. I don't think I've ever used that, so... Oh, why did I just lock it? Don't lock it. Unlock it. And then re-roll it. Alright, see what we can get here. Arcane Blast. I'm going to say no. Pyroblast, no. Chaos Bolt, interesting, but no. Chaos Bolt does a lot of damage. Energy Bolt, this is based off of Lightning Bolt, so that's useful. And it uses energy instead of mana, so I'm actually using that in one of my other builds. Flash of Light, no. No. Detect Invisibility, no. Regrowth, no. Mongoose Bite, no. Unbounded Drain Soul, no. Nature Ward, no. Yeah, so this is what a lot of the rolling is like. Like, it's rare that you find something that's actually useful. And in this character alone, I've probably done like 300 rolls. So... I don't know. Beacon of Light, no. Looking for like Holy Supernova, no. So this, I don't like this move at all. So this is based off of Holy Nova, but it gives it a 40-second cooldown, which makes it completely useless for anything, in my opinion. And it's not like it even does like a whole lot of healing either. So I don't know. I don't like it as a move. Health Funnel, no. Big Game Shot, no. Rain of Fire, no. Mind Blast, no. Petrification Totem, no. Challenging Shout, no. Divine Intervention, no. Rockbiter Weapon. That will use up the space that I've got for Eldritch Weapon, so no. Shadow Dance. No. Arcane Intellect. Potentially. It's just another buff for me. Keep that there, I guess. Let's see. I do have Purify. So I like Purify because it's poison, magic, and disease that it can remove, so useful. Let's see, what am I not using? I'm not using Flame Burst. Let's just get rid of that. Did I just lock it? I did. Stop locking stuff. Unlearn it. Last one, and it's Wyvern Sting, which is useless for me. Alright, let's grab our little book out of here, so level things up. There you go. So now that will give me 40 intellect and spell power. Oh, spell power by 50. That's actually kind of nice. Especially for my build. Useful. Alright, let's see. And then all of this stuff over here. So with this, I was thinking maybe if I can get Inner Flame. Or not Inner Flame, but what is it? Yeah, Inner Fire, right? But that allows it to do Radiant damage. And Radiant is a combination of Holy and Fire. So there are some Radiant builds out there, which is kind of cool. And then Inner Flame, Holy Fire now chains up to 2 more targets, which is good because there's another talent that allows it to hit up to 5. So this allows it to then hit up to 7, which is cool. And then also the Inner Fire gives you more armor, and there's some other talents that are built around it. So I was thinking maybe I could get something with that going, but it doesn't really seem like it's happening. Sundering, this I definitely don't need, so we'll just start re-rolling this. We'll see if we get anything good. Taste of Success. No. Upgrade for Power of Light. Increases your bonus spell healing. Again, that spell healing is self-heals, and you need that for Mana Storm, so that's why I've got that in here. So, useful. Shadow Bolt, I'm not using it, so I don't need that. Blessed Weapons. No. 3% increased damage, but there are better stuff out here to increase my damage. Lightning Mastery, no. Doomhammer's Fury, no. Steed of Glory. So this is interesting. It's you can mount for a few seconds in a fight, and then it allows you to run through things. Then it gives you a buff, as you can see here. But it's not anything that I'm going to use, so we'll just re-roll it. Ancestral Knowledge. No. Arcane Meditation. No. Deadly Brew. We have Nature's Majesty. I'm not using any of those moves, so not really useful for me. Power Surge requires Mana Forge Barrier. So this right here is a requirement if you're running any kind of Mana Forge Barrier build, because this is what kind of helps offset the 40% damage reduction you get just for being in Mana Forge Barrier. So, but then this also requires you to cast. So the only real way, in my opinion, that you can run a cast time build in Mana Storms, especially high Mana Storms, is if you're in Mana Forge Barrier. And then for that, you know, as you're casting that, if someone hits you, you then do AoE damage with this, the Power Surge. So again, like when casting a damage or channeled spell, melee attacks against you, and it's only melee attacks, so keep that in mind, it's only melee. So if you're up against casters, it's not going to do anything for you, but it will cause a Power Surge, dealing magic damage of the school you are casting. And then it's shared between all nearby enemies. But yeah, so useful for that build, but not for this build. Predatory Strikes, no. Spellstorm Arcane Missiles. Dealing damage with Chain Lightning causes you to discharge Spellstorm Arcane Missiles. Interesting. This could be really, really useful for my Lightning build, which is one of my other characters, so I'll have to keep that in mind. The odds that I find it again, eh. We're going to say no to that one. What else you got for me? Improves hearing pain. I'm not using it, so nope. Revenge. I'm not using it. What is this? Arcane Arrows. This, way back when, like several updates prior to what we're in right now, the only way to get Arcane Arrows was to go to this island where it has like super high health elite creatures that you would kill, and if you're lucky you get one of these. So yeah, but not useful for me. Dual wield mastery, I'm not dual wielding, so not really useful for me. Fire Nova, no. Turn the tables, no, that's a combo point thing. And an upgrade for Holy Specialization, so I now do a little bit more crit damage. That's nice. Especially when I get those super high judgment crits. Yeah, they'll do even more damage now. That one, no. And my last roll, hopefully it's something useful. Swift Retribution. Increases spell haste of all party and raid members. When you use critical strike, you gain 2% melee haste and spell haste. I mean, okay. We'll go for that. But yeah, so that is the build. Arcane Paladin, I think it does a lot of damage, especially if you build it up right. But again, I have no idea if this is good damage or bad damage because I'm not playing like any of the meta builds, like the super popular ones that do like ridiculous amounts of damage. So this is just of the ones of the builds that I've tried so far, this one does the most. So now you know how to build it, now you know how to play it, and yeah, that'll be it for this video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. I don't know when the next one is going to be. I'm still kind of on break. I'm just like, I'm trying to find like the motivation to do like another long series of like building videos, and I'm not there yet. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll pop in some videos every once in a while of just the things that I'm doing and things that I'm trying, but I don't know. That's what I got. Have a good one.